Hey, good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us on this Facebook Live. I'm Kwan. Don't forget, before we get started, you can always watch this and listen to this on your own time by going to our InForum YouTube channel and finding it there. You can find it on your favorite podcast platform, and you can find it online by going on inforum.com/podcasts and clicking on the InForum Minute. You guys, I actually memorized that this time, so just saying. All right. We got breaking news to tell you about this morning. So Moorhead police right now are investigating a report of shots being fired after a fight between two people in Moorhead. So officers were called out to the 3000 block of 18th Street South. This was at around 10 o'clock last night. And when they got there, they found a gun on the ground, and it was very, very close to those two people who were involved in that physical fight. Now, officers were able to detain those people and then, of course, safely recover the gun. No one was hurt, but we do know 37-year-old Adil Hussain was arrested, booked into the Clay County Jail. He's facing a possible charge of obstructing the legal process. So we did make some calls overnight trying to get his mugshot and obviously get a picture of what he looked like. That was not available when we called at around 5 this morning. So we will certainly keep trying, and hopefully we'll have that mugshot for you in our evening newscasts. We also know that on top of more breaking news here, we know that a fire damaged several apartment garages in Fargo overnight. Firefighters were called out to the Bella Vista apartments on 42nd Street South in Fargo at around 11:30 last night. We know 5 garages were damaged, and actually a car inside one of those garages is also a total loss. Thankfully, no one was hurt also in this breaking news story, but we are told that the fire did cause at least $80,000 in damage. So right now, of course, our question is, how did this fire start? Once we find that answer, we will definitely bring that to you. Also today, the defense is going to be presenting its case to the jury in a Fargo murder trial. So the prosecution rested its case after testimony from 14-year-old Jupiter Paulson's parents. And prosecutors showed Jupiter's final text messages that she had sent her mom. And it was sent at the exact same time that Arthur Kollie is allegedly seen in that surveillance video that they got to look at just the other day, starting his 30-minute deadly attack on Jupiter Paulson. And, you know, her mom shared that she didn't see that text message in time, but she got a call right after that, which, was telling her and Jupiter's dad to get to the hospital as quickly as they could. So, of course, we will keep you updated on this trial as well. Okay, a suspected Mexican cartel leader connected to the deadly shooting of an East Grand Forks man was extradited from Mexico to North Dakota on federal charges. We're talking about Juan Cias Rocha. He appeared on federal counts in Fargo of conspiracy to possess drugs with intent to distribute, continuing a criminal enterprise, and conspiracy to commit murder. A federal indictment actually says he allegedly led a drug ring, not only in North Dakota, but also in Minnesota and several other states, and that was for nearly a decade. He was arrested in 2011 by Mexican authorities and was fighting extradition to the U.S., and we know drug dealers who allegedly worked for him were also convicted back in 2008 of murdering Lee Avila in his home in East Grand Forks, and that death was also part of an investigation into a federal drug bust with those drug rings that he was connected to. Okay, right now, health experts in North Dakota are issuing a warning when it comes to rabies. Now, you might have already seen this on your social media pages because it is making national headlines right now, but it's all because of this raccoon that went inside a bar. Now, you're probably thinking, well, how did that raccoon get inside a bar? A woman literally brought that raccoon inside this bar in Maddock, North Dakota. And of course, that's really dangerous because that potentially exposes people to rabies. And this all happened earlier on September 6th, but the manager of that bar says the woman who brought that raccoon in was immediately asked to leave, and thankfully there aren't any reports of anyone getting bit. So from just knowing that information, we're assuming that everyone should be okay, but anyone who had contact with the raccoon saliva even are being asked to contact their doctors right away. So just kind of a bizarre thing. I mean, we were talking about it this morning too. I mean, who would even think to bring a raccoon inside a bar, right? How did that even happen? Did she carry it? I don't know. I have so many questions, so maybe we'll find out those answers. Okay, maybe you guys already heard about this too, but a popular Italian restaurant in Fargo is now shut down for good. And we're talking about Johnny Carino's. Yes, that is correct. They posted a message to their Facebook page yesterday saying that it was going to be closing for good. And they turned the comment option off, so no one could comment on it. Bless you. Bless you again. You're welcome. But of course, like I said, the comments, you couldn't comment on that post, but that has been shared like at least 500 times within the last 18 hours. I'm sure that's been more now. So we're trying to figure out why the restaurant closed because it never stated why, and we're trying to figure out if those employees were told before that Facebook announcement. Lydia said she had a gift card to Johnny Carino, so apparently there's a little guideline for that as well, and then trying to figure out some other things too. All right, annual FM Out of the Darkness Community Walk is going to be taking place this weekend, and that aims to bring awareness on suicide prevention and end the stigma around mental health. So money raised from that are going to go to education, research, and survivor support programs at the American Foundation of Suicide Prevention. That is going to be held this Sunday at the Shields Arena, and activities will start at noon. We'll remind you of that as we get closer on First News Sunday and Saturday. Nationally, we know President Joe Biden is celebrating a pretty big victory for the economy with the passing of the Inflation Reduction Act. So that law covers several major priorities for the president, including lowered prescription drug costs, reducing the federal deficit, addressing global warming, and then raising taxes for some major corporations. But just ahead of yesterday's celebration, we know that a new federal report is showing prices actually stuck at higher levels, okay? Consumer prices rose 8.3% last month, despite many economists predicting that there was going to be a drop in those prices. So kind of a surprise there. Okay, right now today, if you turn on our channel right now, you're probably going to be seeing a special report on ABC News as the procession of Queen Elizabeth's coffin from Buckingham Palace is going to be moved to Westminster Hall. That's something that we have been talking about on First News as well. So it looks like that's about to happen right now. If you turn on your TVs, you will be able to see ABC's special report on that. They're live in Buckingham Palace right now as they get ready for the coffin to be moved to Westminster Hall. So, of course, you can catch that special report right now just by tuning into ABC News. And yeah, we will definitely keep track of this. I know that this is a really big deal to a lot of people, and yeah, we'll certainly keep track of this for you. Okay, really quick, I want to let you guys know you can actually earn some cash this Halloween just by watching some Stephen King movies. You're probably like, what? You get paid to watch movies? Yes, that's exactly what it is. So Dish Satellite TV Service is actually looking for someone to watch 13 films based on his novels. So whoever is selected is going to get $1,300 or $100 per movie. That's like really easy movie, you guys. You literally just sit, right? And then you just watch movies. Well, there's some other things that you have to do too. You have to track your heart rate and jump scares, and then you have to answer a few questions about which movies you liked best. It's as simple as that. So here are the requirements. You have to be at least 18, but really aside from that, everything else should be good to go. You can sign up for that event at this website here. It's usdish.com. That sounds like quite the gig to me. I don't know. Maybe I'll sign up for it. We'll see. All right, everybody. Hot mic with Dom Izzo, 9 to 11, WDAY Extra, InForum.com. Today is Wednesday. You know what that means. Voice of the Twins. Dick Bremer will be on Hot Mic this morning. And gosh, I'm sure there's so much. I mean, the FBS matchup coming up here this weekend with NDSU and Arizona Wildcats is obviously a big talker. We talked about that this morning on First News. UND is also heading to Arizona. Their football team is to face Northern Arizona, so about 4 hours away from Tucson. But lots to talk about on Hot Mic. Again, that's 9 to 11, WDAY Extra, InForum.com. All right, and you guys know what I'm about to say. Don't forget, for 99 cents a month for your first 3 months, you can get an all-access pass on InForum.com. All you got to do is go on InForum.com/subscribe to get that deal. All right, everybody. Woo, that was quite the day. All right, so tomorrow we'll be back, of course, but before I forget, I wanted to let you guys know, if you didn't know yet, there's an 11 o'clock show that just debuted on Monday with Becky Parker and Dylan Vogt, so make sure you go join them. It seems like WDAY is only growing and growing, which is awesome. So yeah, they're going to be on at 11, and make sure you tune in. All right, everybody, have a great day. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning from 5 to 7. Bye.